All right, guys, so I'm recording one more clip. I'm gonna add it to this video. If you're watching part one, this will be the last clip on the video. If you're watching part two, this is the very first clip of the second video. But I'm gonna split this up into espresso and into the pour over part of it because, man, Jesse, I outdid myself. I went over an hour. That's a bit too much, man. It's overwhelming. So I just finished editing the whole thing. So I am gonna post both. So if you wanna see both, I'm not gonna disappoint you. Just watch back-to-back videos, okay? But if not, you can watch part one and then maybe watch part two another day. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. But I will post both of them. I just finished editing the whole thing. I'll split it up. I'll add this clip and I'll post them both to the channel. They will both be on the playlist, coffee related videos. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you. Well, if this is part two, then keep watching and you'll see the rest of the video. If it's part one, I'll see you on the next one. Anyway, it was wonderful. Let's go ahead and do a pour over before people start getting mad at me and I'm chit-chatting too much. After that, then we'll just chit-chat. Whoever wants to stick around to the end of this video, I don't know how you guys do it, listening to me talk here for 35-40 minutes about coffee. My wife thinks I'm crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a pour over. All right, so I'm getting ready for making my pour over. I'm not gonna be using the Fellow today, the Fellow Stag. We will make a video on this kettle soon. I wanna get an origami brewer. And then when I get the origami brewer, that's what I plan on using this, kettle for. But well, and other kinds, but sometimes you need to control the water flow. Okay, that's what this kettle it's all about. That's what it's good for. When you want to control the water flow coming out and you want to have good control over it, you want a gooseneck kettle at least. But this Fellow one is one of the best ones for controlling the water flow and making it easy for you so that the amount of water that comes out is controlled and you can really dial in your pour overs. So this kettle here that's my wife's. That's just for pretty. we don't use it. It just sits there. It's pretty. But for the Tricolate, I usually just use just a regular kettle. That's one of the good things about the Tricolate. You don't need anything special. The Tricolate Brewer, you can use just any kettle. And right now it's heating up. It'll take about 3 or 4 minutes. Here's the Tricolate. Okay. Let me see. I hope this thing's focused because I'm just holding on to it and trying to film like this. So here's the filters that comes with the Tricolate. Another thing is, you can reuse these. I have used these, 3-4 times. You just rinse them and just keep going. I haven't had any problems with clogging or with anything. The only thing that's going to get your brew stalled is if you ground the coffee too fine or you do a lot of stirring and swirling. You do want to do some of that just to control channeling, and I have a review on the Tricolate and I kind of explain my process on the Tricolate on that video. But basically you want to control channeling on the Tricolate. That's the main problem with it. But you don't want to do a whole bunch of stirring and stuff like that because you will clog the filter because all the fines will go to the bottom. But anyway, just drop your filter in there. When you're using a new filter like this, I don't see the benefit of pre-wetting it. There's just such a small amount of paper. You're not going to be able to taste that. I mean, I definitely can't. But plus, I find it when it's a brand new filter like this, I find it a little bit easier to distribute the coffee in there so that it's nice and even and flat everywhere. It's easier if it's not wet. Once it's wet, you definitely want to use a distribution tool, a WDT, to kind of make everything nice and even in there, stir everything up and have the same density of coffee and nice and flat everywhere. Because that's the main thing. If you have more coffee on one side than the other, for example, you're going to get channeling. And that's the main thing with the Tricolate, just controlling the channeling. But let's go ahead and set this up and we'll make a pour over. The water's getting hot. So in a second, the kettle's going to be ready to go and we can start brewing. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and work on our pour over here with the Tricolate. This little carafe here is from Fellow as well. It's a dual wall. It's pretty neat for brewing into. It's nice and fancy for videos or when you have guests over. Usually when I use the Tricolate, I just brew right into my cup that I drink from, my coffee cup. But today we're gonna bring out all the toys. All right, so we got the carafe, and the glass I'm gonna use is again one of those glasses from Krug. All right, to grind for pour over, we're gonna use the K Plus. This is the Easy Presso or 1Z Presso K Plus model. It's great for pour overs, what I use every morning. For the Tricolate, I've been usually grinding somewhere around 5. Okay, it might be all the way down to 4, or maybe even all the way up to 6. You just kind of have to dial it in and play around until you get the right flow. And the Tricolate is kind of a slow brewer. Let's call it a slow brewer. When you brew on the Tricolate, what I've seen as far as to get the best results, it's that the brew time is gonna be somewhere between, I would say, at least 5 minutes and all the way up to 10. Now, the best brews I've gotten somewhere around 7-8 minutes. That's usually the best. That's usually where you get the best cups. Again, I'm gonna try grinding at 5. So you see it's got a little red dot that tells you where you're set at. So I'm right at 5. We're gonna brew right there and see how long it takes. We're shooting for, again, somewhere between 5 minutes and 8 minutes. As a matter of fact, Jesse, how's it going with your K Plus? So far for me, man, I'm still enjoying it. It's great for the mornings because it doesn't make any noise whatsoever. It only takes about, I don't know, 25 seconds, 30 seconds to grind for pour overs on the Tricolate. So I really enjoy it. It's so well made. I have a review on this. If you guys haven't seen it and you want to check it out, I have a full review on the Easy Presso K Plus. And it's just a great hand grinder. Okay, so the kettle a few seconds ago, it was boiling. I turned it off and then I let it start cooling down a bit. You don't want to like burn the coffee. You do want it close to boiling, but not like, boiling profusely or anything like that. So let's go ahead and dose out. We're gonna go, my ratio that I like doing for the Tricolate is 17 grams in, and we get, usually I shoot for 320 grams out. I think that's like an 18 point something, I'm not sure, it's 18 point something, I believe, to 1. And for pour overs, that's kind of high extraction. A lot of pour overs are gonna be somewhere around, I would say, in the 1 to 15 ratio. And the Tricolate, some people do even 1 to 20. I found that to be a little bit weak of a cup, so I like keeping it more around 1 to 18, 1 to maybe 19 at the most. So we're gonna go ahead and weigh out 17 grams. And I'm doing all of this backwards. I hope I don't make a mess or anything. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure the numbers cannot be read there on the camera. I always look at the video back and you can never like see anything, but believe me, I'm looking at it. It's like, it's super easy to read. It's not like it's hard for me to see what it says there. Okay, 17 on the dot. 17 grams exactly. That Good Brothers, man. Front and center right there. First time trying a Gesha or Gesha coffee as pour over. I gotta say, as a straight shot of espresso, it was wonderful. After I grind the coffee, I'll put a timestamp here on the video so that you guys know exactly how long it took. At the end, I just tap it, make sure there's no beans still stuck in there. All right, it's completely loose, there's nothing. You know, in the hand grinder, I'm getting like more scent than I got from the niche, but I guess I was standing, farther away. I didn't try to, but I smelled the grounds, and this one's stronger. I don't know what that's all about, but it should be the same. But yeah, definitely I could see that why they say rose petal. I didn't think I was gonna get anything on that, but I do. I actually do. All right. This thing never has any retention. Nothing gets stuck on the catch cup. It's magnetic. This is just awesome to use. It really is. Since the filter is dry, I could just go like this and it gets distributed really well. When the filter is wet, you're gonna definitely wanna use this. I use it anyway, even if it's dry, I still use it. Just make sure everything's nice and even and no clumps or anything. Again, with the Tricolate, the main thing is controlling any kind of channeling. You don't want channeling with the Tricolate or you're just gonna get a watery cup. Okay, I've taken kind of long setting things up, so I had to bring the water back up to temperature. I'm gonna let it cool down for a few seconds. And we're gonna get to brewing. Okay, so we tear the scale, and when we start, we'll hit this button. It starts timing your brew. And again, we're shooting for somewhere around 7 minutes to get 320 grams of liquid out. And we have 17 grams of ground coffee in there. The water temperature should be close to boiling, but not like boiling over and then you're burning your coffee. Again, when you're doing this kind of process, guys, you're dealing with boiling water. Just be very careful. We're gonna go ahead and put about 70 grams in just to get like a blooming. Let the coffee sit for about a minute. And then after that, we go straight up to the 320 and wait until it just drops all the way down. Okay, 70, let's start the timer. All right. All right, in the beginning, the coffee is pretty much absorbing all this water and it's degassing. You actually see little bubbles coming up on the top of the coffee grounds, and that's what the whole blooming process is all about. You want to let the coffee soak up all that initial water, and you want it to degas a bit before you start doing the next pour. And we're gonna do that in about a minute. So it's getting there already. All right, now you see how it's starting to drip faster. I don't usually, when it's doing the blooming, I don't stir it. I don't mess with it. I don't do anything. I just let it do its thing there, and then we'll do the next pour. All right, we're just over a minute. We're gonna go ahead now and pour the rest of the water in, and we're gonna get it up to 320, and then we just wait and we start controlling the channeling if it happens, which usually it does. All right, 317. $317.1. I kind of just keep an eye on it, make sure it's dripping from everywhere, and I let it run for at least the first minute without like messing with it. But again, after that long blooming, we're already almost 3 minutes into the process. Okay, at this point, I just take a spoon and I give it the first little stir. This is gonna slow down your draw time, your draw down time a little bit by agitating the coffee, and some of those fines are gonna settle to the bottom, and it's gonna slow it down a bit. So don't do too much of this or you'll stall the whole process and it's just, nothing's gonna happen. So, all right, I'm gonna give it a swirl. I want to slow it down a little bit because we're almost done, and we're only at 4 minutes right now. Just 350. I like to go both ways. I go one way, then I go the other way. If not, what's going to happen is all the coffee around the edges is gonna kind of go towards the middle, and you'll see like divots as you were swirling. It creates like some divots around the edges. And you don't want that. You kind of want it to be flat at the end. The flatter you get it, the better extraction you'll get. We're almost done. I'm gonna do just over the top, just barely skimming the top. Slow it down here as we get up to almost 5 minutes now. Okay, we're up to 5 minutes and 15 seconds. We still have a little bit ways to go here. Obviously, as there's less weight of water over the coffee grounds, it slows down naturally because it's pressing down less, you know. All right, we're getting up to 6 minutes and it's dripping very slowly now, but it's almost done brewing. There's very little water still. We'll let it sit there for another few seconds. All right, we're just over 6 minutes, 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's just about done. This is dry on top now. Just tilt it over so you could get some of that last water that was sitting on there. All right, we ended up with a nice looking flat bed of coffee. I'll take a picture of it so you guys can see what it looks like. I grabbed a napkin, try to make sure I don't make a mess here. All right, we're done. All right, so we're gonna call that 6.5 minutes. Okay, 6.5 minutes, we have our brew, is done. Okay, here's a key with using the Tricolate. It takes really long to brew. So what's on the bottom here, it's a lot stronger flavor than what's on the top. So you want to make sure you really give this a good stir around, or just get your spoon and make sure that you mixed it well, because if not, when you first pour yourself a cup, it's just it's gonna be all weak unless you serve the whole thing and there's enough stirring action happening. All right, so I just finished getting that picture for you guys. I'll show you guys right here what the bed of the coffee grounds look like after it finished the drawdown. It was nice and flat. I think we should have a good extraction. It should do this Gesha justice. We had a nice brew time of about 6.5 minutes. So in my experience, this should be excellent. Let's see. By now has cooled down a little bit, so it should be perfect for tasting. You know, these cups, although they are pricey, and you know, when I got them, I thought, like, why would this make your coffee experience any better or worse? But you know what? There's something to them, especially this one with the narrow mouth here. This one definitely kind of like funnels the smell, concentrates it more for you, and you could definitely, when you use this cup to drink from, it definitely does something. It does concentrate the smells for you. And again, this whole thing about rose petal, I didn't think I was gonna taste this at all. I'm super surprised, guys. Believe me, I'm not an expert on the subject, and usually, I've told you guys before, the coffee to me is just either fruity or citrus forward, or it's one of those dark roasts with those chocolate flavors, caramel flavors, but there's definitely some to this rose petal thing. I kind of smell it. Okay, the flavor, it's very subtle and gentle. This is something that, wow, it's like just like a nice tea. If you're used to drinking like very strong coffee, like let's say like what they give you at Starbucks, the regular coffee, Starbucks coffee, this will blow your mind. This won't even taste like coffee to you. You know what? I do have to say now, maybe that's why I want to get the origami brewer, because you just get a faster drawdown, and usually, from my understanding and what I've heard, we'll see when I start using it, but you will get a lot brighter notes and a lot more acidity. And I gotta say, on this one, there was more acidity, more brightness as espresso. On the espresso, it was definitely brighter and more acidity than what I'm getting in the cup here. This, although I can't say it's a weak cup, it's just, it's very nice. It's like a nice tea. It's not very strong. Definitely the acidity is there, but there was more with the espresso, no doubt about it. Definitely, this is, man, this is wonderful. If you guys haven't tried this from, it could be Good Brothers, it could be any other geisha. They're probably, well, I shouldn't say they're probably all about the same because I don't know that. This is the very first one I've ever tried. So I don't know. You guys comment below. If you've tried several different geishas, were they very similar? Were they very different? I don't know. I would imagine for them to be, since it's the same variety of coffee, the same species, I would imagine the coffee to be very similar. But there's something to this. I gotta say, there's something to this. Try it out. Wow, that's just wonderful. Wonderful. I don't know what else to tell you guys. You guys saw me dial it in for, well, we didn't even have to dial it in. We just keep getting lucky. I don't know what it is. Maybe something about that niche. I have heard, and again, we're gonna upgrade the coffee machine. Although the infuser's not going anywhere. That's my little buddy there. That's staying. And sometimes we will definitely use it, because if you want to get up to speed and brew a shot quickly, there's no way around it. I mean, it's one of the best machines to do that with. If you have the Barista Express or the Barista Pro, these things are ready almost immediately. You just do a couple dummy shots and you're good to go. But the next machine is gonna be a boiler machine, and you definitely gotta let it heat up. So warm up time, you're looking at, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. It's not like this, just pull the shot and go. Although today I had it heating up for 30 minutes, and usually I do. I just turn it on, and when I'm ready to start brewing, it's always warm by the time I use it. So, but you don't have to. You can do a couple dummy shots and you get going. This is wonderful. I think I talked enough about Good Brothers. It's great company. Try them out for sure. The geisha, I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I was gonna get any of that rose petal. I'm really surprised. I don't know about the other flavor notes, but definitely, I don't know if it's in the scent or in the actual flavor. It's a very delicate coffee. I do have to say, it's not like an overwhelming, kind of very harsh kind of coffee. It's a nice, gentle. This is wonderful, wonderful. Try it out. I keep telling you guys, if you've never had light roast, at least try some light roast, man. Get some light roast somewhere and see what it's all about and why it has become so popular and why do people rave about it. Anyway, for all of you that want to stay for the rest of the video, I think I'm pretty much done talking about the geisha and Good Brothers, but we're gonna chit chat. There's a lot for us to cover, and I told you, Jesse, man, hold on to your hat. This is gonna be a long one. So now we're just gonna go ahead, enjoy the rest of this coffee, and chit chat about everything else. Okay, so I told you guys about the next video. I want to do like a workflow on the Breville machines. If you just bought it and you want to get up to speed and make coffee right away and get a decent shot, I'm going to show you how to do that quick and easy with just the tools that comes with the machine. I'll show you some of the tools that I do use to make the process better, easier, more fun, whatever you want to call it. And you can go ahead and get some of those tools or not get them, but at least I would recommend definitely to get a scale and a WDT, okay? Everything else, and you know what, the dosing funnel too. I really like the way it works. It just, you get no mess. So definitely those three things, and they're cheap. Just get a $10 scale. These things you can get for less than $10, and the dosing funnel you get for less than $10. So it's just well worth it. It makes your whole process more fun and just easier. Oh yeah, and one last thing about the next video is that we're gonna try to open this bag, the bubble gum coffee. See what, see if we get any of that either smell or some kind of flavor that reminds us of bubble gum. This Indonesian, I imagine it being another medium to light roast, and I'm sure it'll be great. But we'll get to that on the next video. All right, guys. So we ran into some technical difficulties. The camera ran out of battery. I had to swap out the battery. Let's talk a little bit about the Instagram situation, right? So you guys know that my Instagram got hacked. I lost access to my Instagram. It seems to be like locked by Instagram themselves. I don't think anyone has access to that account, so I doubt it that you guys will get anything from that account from me or from anyone else. Maybe one day I'll regain control of that account. I have sent several messages to Instagram, and maybe one day they'll run into one of those messages by luck, and I'll regain access somehow. But we are starting a new one. Okay, we are starting a new Instagram. I kind of wanted to connect the whole coffee thing to the Instagram, but every idea that I had, everything I tried was already taken. So there's so many billions of people online now that it's just like impossible to come up with names. As a matter of fact, I tried to start a new YouTube channel and call it something about coffee, but every idea I had, again, it was taken. The only way I could make it work was by using my own personal name and combine that with something. So for Instagram, I'm just gonna go ahead and, as a matter of fact, I already opened it. So today, I'm gonna take the very first picture we're gonna post to that account. Okay, so we're gonna take a picture in a few minutes here. I'll take a picture of something here that you see here, and that'll be the first post. So I'll call it Bringing Out All the Toys, since everything's out today. Or not really everything, but a lot of the toys are out. So I think I'll call it that, Bringing Out All the Toys. I would really appreciate it if you guys, when you see this, fly over there and give me a follow over there on Instagram on the new account. Right now it's gonna have 0 subscribers because I just started it. It's gonna be called The Real O'Neill because again, I have to come up with something that uses my name. So I'm just gonna call it The Real O'Neill. It's already open. Search for it there on Instagram and give me a follow. And we communicate through there. I love communicating through Instagram, so send me a DM. Please, guys, don't send me anything about, follow me here, subscribe to whatever, or anything that's gonna take me out of Instagram. I'm not gonna press on it. I'm not gonna vote for anyone. I'm sorry, or anything like that, because that's how you get hacked. So DM back and forth, absolutely. Send me a DM and I'll text you back. But yeah, we're building the little Instagram community all over again. I have to start back from 0. And there has been a few new subscribers to the channel here on YouTube. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Introduce yourselves. So far the only one I really know is Jesse. Hey man, what's up? Tell me, you don't need to tell me your name. I'll see your channel name there. I'll just call you by your channel name or whatever. But it's nice to know what equipment you're using or where you're watching from. Comment below and introduce yourself to our little community here. The amount of subscribers I have here on YouTube is a very small amount of subscribers, and a lot of them are just like family members, personal friends. They probably don't even like the videos. They just to support, they go ahead and subscribe. Okay. But I know there's a few of you real coffee lovers here that are enjoying the content. So introduce yourself. We're building this little community. Let's try to get this subscription count to at least 1,000. I don't know how long that's gonna take us. At the rate we're going, it's gonna take forever, but maybe one of these days we start building up kind of quick. If we can get it up to 1,000 subscribers, then we can start doing lives. Okay, you can't do lives on YouTube unless you have the 1,000 subscribers. So if we reach that, then we can do live videos. We'll brew something and we could do the lives. But right now we can't do that. We'll have to get up to again to 1,000 subscribers. That sounds like impossible, but we'll see. So I do appreciate every single one of you guys that are into this whole coffee thing and the support I've been getting. I appreciate it. Again, you know what? This Gesha for sure is the most aromatic coffee I've ever tried. I have never tried a coffee that smells like this one. There's a lot of scent to it after you brew it. Before you brew it, obviously you can smell the freshly ground coffee, but you can pretty much always do that, But a lot of the times I don't get a lot of smell from some of the coffees. This one is the most aromatic coffee for sure that I've tried. It's very gentle flavor, but a lot of aroma. And again, if you've never tried a light roast, this would be a real nice one to try. It'll blow your mind. This thing is so different that you'll be like, wow, what what is this here? It's more like a tea. The flavor is very gentle. You definitely get a little bit of that rose petal. I wonder if you guys have tried the Gesha. Comment below. Let me know if you got, I don't know, do they all have this little rose petal as a tasty note? I'm not sure, probably not. But this one definitely, there's something to that. It's great, just wonderful. I told you guys about these cups, how they just funnel the scent, and you can really get the smell of the coffee. So yeah, I'm gonna, in a little bit, I'll set up things back there so that we can take that first Instagram shot. And I'm gonna call it bringing out all the toys. But when my wife sees that, she doesn't watch the video, so I could say whatever here. She doesn't care. She's never gonna find out. But she does obviously see my Instagram post. So to her, she's gonna say, bringing out all the toys. That's just a big mess. What do you? I know she's gonna tell me. It's just a mess. It's not like bringing out all no toys. This is just you made a mess. Anyway, man, I do appreciate some of you guys that enjoy these coffee videos. I have a lot of fun. They're easy to make. I mean, I'm just doing my normal thing that I would do on a Saturday. I just have to record it and kind of set things up. It takes a little bit of time to do that, but other than that, you know, on Saturdays and on Sundays, I like to make these afternoon brews. You know, setting the things up for me is not a big deal. Obviously, then later on, I have to download all the footage into the computer and edit the video. So that takes longer than actual just setting up and recording. That part is easy, and I really enjoy it because I like talking to you guys. So I hope again that you know, comment below if you stayed around this long. I'm always surprised, like when Jesse made that comment that he was still around, like after like 40 minutes into the video. I'm like, wow, I didn't think anybody would watch that long. But you know, I do agree with the like videos that last at least like 10 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't understand this whole thing about the shorts or whatever that YouTube's got going on. I don't get that at all. This TikTok generation, I don't understand it. I don't understand how you could get into a 15-second video. Like, what's the point of that? Like, 15 seconds, what are you gonna learn from that? In 15 seconds makes no sense. 10 seconds, whatever, you know. A minute long, even a minute long video, it makes no sense to me. I wanna watch a video that I'm gonna learn something from it, or, you know, at least entertain me for a while, not some 15-second thing and just swipe. I don't understand the TikTok generation, man, I'm sorry. So we're just chilling here. Hopefully I'm keeping you company. Maybe you're enjoying your coffee as well. If that's the case, cheers, enjoy. Man, there's something to this Gesha, I'm telling you. If you've never had one, try it out. All right, it's sad to see it go, but I got a little bit more on the cup here. So yeah, my wife thinks that I'm crazy with these long coffee videos. She doesn't get it. She's like, you know, who the heck's gonna watch you talk about coffee for like an hour? Like, that doesn't make any sense. People do, man. Doesn't matter what you put online. There's always gonna be some people that like the same hobbies as you, or like enjoy the same things that you do. So she knows that I like watching the coffee videos. She doesn't get that either. But you know what? I've caught her every now and then watching videos about purses and shoes. I don't get that either. You know, but hey, to each their own. Her hobby is shopping and shoes and purses. Mine is coffee, all right? To each their own. Again, on these videos, I can say whatever she wants. She doesn't watch them. So yeah, maybe you guys can help me get this Instagram off the ground. Send it to somebody. I don't know, man. Help me out some way on the Instagram. Let's build it back up. Make a comment on it. Send me a DM if you want to talk about the coffee stuff. If you have any questions. I think that pretty much sums it all up. This is going to be like a really long video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Give the video a like. Maybe share it with someone that you think might enjoy this kind of content. Check me out on Instagram. Again, The Real Neil. I'll try to put it here on the screen. What else? All right, so this clip right here is gonna be out of sequence in this video somehow because I almost forgot to take that picture for Instagram. This is it, everything's set up behind me. So again, to my wife, it's gonna be a big mess, but to me, it's bringing out all the toys. You guys will see me post that picture. It's gonna be the only picture posted on my Instagram. And we're gonna take that picture right now. I almost forgot. I turned off the camera and everything, so this little clip is gonna be out of sequence with the rest of the video. But anyway, guys, jump over there to Instagram, give me a follow, and let's get it started. Let's go. Let's take the picture. There you have it, bringing out all the toys. I think that sums it all up. Again, Good Brothers. This coffee is wonderful. Try it out. Gesha, have you guys tried it? Let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.